Hey y'all, it's Sydney Screams, and today's video is brought to you by Peepshow Toys. I personally love Peepshow Toys because they only carry products made with body-safe materials, which means you never have to second guess if what you're buying from them is safe. Everything is safe. And in case you don't already know, not every sex toy off of Peepshow Toys is safe. In fact, there are a lot of places that you shouldn't buy sex toys from, and a lot of materials you shouldn't buy as sex toys. But don't have to worry about that when you shop on Peepshow Toys. So please, please, please use my affiliate link to shop because I get a small commission from each purchase that you make using my affiliate links, which helps me continue to run my blog, helps me continue to invest in sex toys to continue to review so that I can help you find sex toys that will work for you, which is my goal here. So let's get started with today's video. Today I am talking about the Xara Toys Fiend bullet. And let me tell you, this baby is intense. When I saw the product page and it was like the Xara Toys Fiend Intense Bullet Vibrator or whatever the exact terminology is, I know it's as intense. And I was like, okay, it can't be that intense. It's a bullet vibrator. But y'all, this baby is powerful. It is powerful and it is much bigger than most of the bullet vibrators in my collection, save for the Illumination bullet from Paradise Pleasure something. Professionals, maybe? It's PPP, I know that much. Okay, so Xara Toys, the Xara Fiend. This is a lipstick style vibrator, which means it's got a slanted tip, which is my personal preference. I find that a slanted tip just allows me to get a little bit more pinpointed with my pleasure, a little bit more pinpointed with my stimulation, and I just think that it hits the right spots a little easier than a rounded tip bullet vibrator. But everyone's different, and what works for me may or may not work for you. And that's okay. That's the joy of pleasure and why I try to be as detailed as possible in my reviews so that you truly can find toys that will work for you. As a lipstick vibrator, this is significantly larger than like the Vibe Tango, which I do compare one-on-one with the Fiend in my blog review of the Fiend. So if you go to sydneyscreams.com, you can find my review of the Fiend, which does, again, compare the Fiend to the Vibe Tango. The Fiend is made with ABS plastic, which ABS plastic specifically is non-porous, which does mean it is a body-safe material. Not all plastics are non-porous, so just make sure that if you are buying a sex toy made out of plastic specifically, that it is ABS non-porous plastic. It may not always say non-porous, but if it is ABS plastic, it should be non-porous and it should be safe to use. The Fiend is rechargeable. It takes about 2 hours to charge, and each charge lasts for about 45 to 60 minutes. I do wish it had a longer runtime, but this thing is super crazy powerful. And even with that 45 to 60 minute runtime, it's so powerful that I rarely actually need it to last longer than that. I'm greedy for pleasure, okay? That's really what it comes down to, is I am greedy for pleasure. The Xara Fiend is also waterproof submersible. It has an IPX7 rating, which means it is safe to have underwater for up to 30 minutes at a depth of about 1 meter, which I think is like 3.29 feet or something like that. One of these days I will have that conversion memorized, and then I can do basic math in my head. One day we'll get there. The Fiend also has 10 vibration functions, which is 3 steady speeds and 7 patterns. So let me turn this on so that you can hear them and see them. So to turn it on, you simply press the power button here located on the bottom. You press and hold, you'll feel 2 vibrations. It'll go boop boop with the little vibrations. And then to go through it, all you do is a quick press. So here it is on the lowest intensity, medium intensity, highest intensity, and then we've got patterns. That one's actually not too bad. I personally don't really use a lot of patterns, but I like the steady constant rather than like the patterns where it like ebbs and flows. I prefer something steady like this personally. Even that one will do the trick, although not my favorite. See, this is one I don't like, where it's not consistent. It changes a little bit. It's got that ebb and flow. Hopefully y'all are able to hear all this. This would be for naught, if you couldn't. It's another one where it's like it just oh no, it's not. It is one of the weird patterns. I'm not about weird patterns, y'all. And then it's not turned off, but once you reach the end of the patterns, it will go silent, and then you just simply press it again and they start up again. To turn it off, all you do is press and hold. There you go, and it's off. When you turn it off, you'll also get that double vibration really quick to indicate that it's off. There is a light that comes on the power button. However, it's just not particularly strong, so you can't really see it with my studio lighting. Plus, I have the window open today, which is new and different for me, but we're going with it today. So the Fiend has a total length of 4 inches long, and it is 1.05 inches wide. I found that it was very easy to fit between me and a partner during PIV or PIA sex. I'm personally using this against my clitoris, and I'm going to be real. No matter how well someone knows me and my body, there is no better vibrator than the vibrator that I am holding against my anatomy myself. I did, however, let both my wife and my boy toy use this on me, and for the most part, it was great, but I still like it better when I'm holding it because I know exactly where to put it. And even if I'm trying to guide them, you know. Anyway, it does fit between bodies very comfortably, which I do enjoy, and it is a very powerful vibrator. Generally speaking, I am not like running out of the gate using this right away. When I'm laying down to start pleasuring myself, I'm usually grabbing a more gentle vibrator first, something to kind of help build up blood flow to the area, to get me warmed up, to get me stimulated, and then I can go to the Fiend, because it is very, very powerful. And for me, like, if I start with powerful right out of the gate, it just takes me longer to achieve orgasm. And so if I start gentler and I get the blood flowing and it feels nice, I'm not getting overstimulated as quickly, which means that I can have pleasure much easier. And so that is my strategy with the Fiend, because it is crazy powerful. It's super, super intense. I did find that the size of it is actually quite more comfortable for me to hold against my anatomy, save for this hand where tendonitis is a bitch, y'all. Take care of your injuries when they happen. Don't wait a week and go to the south of France. Just don't do it. But I found it mostly easier to hold, other than the fact that my tendonitis is making everything more difficult to hold currently. But it's not terrible. There is this little lip towards the top that makes it a little bit easier to grip onto. Sometimes I can get this to stay in place as more of like a hands-free type thing, but that only really works if I'm using a dildo to like cock warm and my legs are just closed, you know? There's another thing about the Fiend that I'm not the best person for this, and I will freely admit that, but the vibrations on the Fiend are fundamentally different. And I don't exactly know why that is, because I'm not an engineer. I'm not that smart, y'all, at least not in that way. And these vibrations are just, they hit differently. They're very deep vibrations. I can feel them traveling from my clitoris to my G-spot. And yes, those two spots are already connected. Sometimes you can feel them traveling through. I've never felt a bullet vibrator travel that way, or the vibrations from a bullet vibrator travel that way. They're very deep vibrations, but they're not rumbly vibrations, and they're not buzzy vibrations, but there's something, and I really wish I had the right words, the right knowledge to like tell you what it is that is causing this, but I don't. I just can sit here and enjoy them. I guess. I can't tell you how they're made or what they're doing, but Xara Toys, y'all, this bullet vibrator, this fiend is crazy. I've really enjoyed the bullet vibrator. I've really enjoyed those vibrations that I can't quite pinpoint what's making them so different, but it's a really nice vibrator. I like the color a lot. The ABS plastic is very hard here. There's no give at all. I mean, it's a firm, hard plastic toy, right? I do wish that it was a smidge quieter. It's not the loudest vibrator in my collection, however, it's also not the quietest. And if I'm laying on my belly on my bed to use this hands-free, the vibrations travel into the mattress. And the mattress that I've got, it wasn't the mattress I bought. Pre-furnished home here, y'all. That's a thing in Europe that they do normally, I guess. And our mattress is just very firm, and I can hear this outside of the room. So if like one of the sound tests that I do before my reviews is I put it on the bed, I turn it on, and I walk out of the room. Then I close the door to the room. And I've got the door closed and I step away. And sometimes I'm also usually turning up the vibrations so that I can get a better idea of how the noise travels. And with my very firm mattress, the noise just travels a lot with the bullet vibrator. So it may not be ideal if you're living in like a roommate situation, or you live with your parents, or anything else like that. You live with family, you know. However, if you don't, or if you have a softer mattress that kind of helps smother sounds really nicely, then the Fiend would be an excellent option. The run time, 45 to 60 minutes. I do wish it was longer, but I say that I think about every vibrator really. And with the Fiend, I really didn't have a need for more than 60 minutes unless I had like partially used a charge yesterday, and then today I was like, oh, I'm gonna use the Fiend, and then it's only lasting me maybe 15 to 30 minutes, and I'm like, oh, I'm not done yet. It happens. But I really like the Fiend. The Fiend is available exclusively from peepshowtoys.com. Please use my affiliate link, which I will drop into the description below. My coupon code, Sydney, will save you 10% at checkout when you shop on Peepshow Toys. So the Fiend usually goes for $45.99. However, you can save $5 by using my coupon code, Sydney, at checkout. And that will apply to everything in your cart except for sale items, bundles, and any sort of manufacturer restrictions. So I think Liberator and Enjoy were two of the brands that have those manufacturer restrictions. I can't think of any others right now, and I don't really have time to go through every single brand on our site and like figure these things out. But I do remember those two, so there's that, I guess. I hope that's helpful. I'm really overall impressed with the Xara Fiend. I think it's a good bullet vibrator. I really like the color. I like the size. I like the intensity, even though I do have to build up to it. It's just good. It's good. And I am a huge fan of the lipstick style vibrators personally. The slanted tip really just does it for me. And apparently the Xara Fiend, the width, the size of that slant there is perfectly designed to fit against the entire length of a clitoris. So I imagine that kind of depends on your clitoris because every anatomy is a little bit different, but that's what it's for. That's what it's for, and that's what it does well. So I really like it. I hope you all will check out the Xara Toys Fiend. Remember to use my affiliate link that I will put in the description below. Thank you so much to Peepshow Toys for sending me the Fiend, and I will see you all next time for more Sydney Talks Toys. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, like this video, drop me a comment below. Let me know what you think. Have you tried Xara Toys? Have you tried the Fiend? Which bullet vibrator is your favorite bullet vibrator? Because I want to know. I want to know. I want to know. And I'll see y'all next time for more Sydney Talks Toys, and I hope you have a great day, y'all. Bye!